nothing. But this is when we deal with the uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? When this shit comes close to home, and you right here, you fighting in close, it's nothing but body blows and uppercuts, man. No time for play. Take that. So anybody that gets their feelings hurt in the midst of this, man, man, because we're coming in shalom. We're coming in, you know what I'm saying, the energy to develop. All of this authority, all of this authority of their chaos, man. And it's chaos to think that this is the image of what's always been here and not this. The melanated sister, the melanated sister, the melanated sister. Now, how do you go? Bear with me now. This is an emblem of America. Now, this is in London, all right? This particular painting is now in London. A lot of our stuff from here is now over there. Rock with me. Title, An Emblem of America, London, published the 1st of February, 1801. So in 1801, rock with me. In 1801, the definition of an American was this image. How do you know? Because in 1828, in 1828, just like you just saw, the real thing. 1828, the definition of American is the copper-colored races found here, the tribes. So rock with me. 1801, 1801, copper-colored race, 1828. So you look how recent your takedown is, so-called nigga. Just meditate on this because they put due meditation into your takedown. Meditate with me. You can't meditate if you're spinning on a ball. You gotta be focused and movable for 1 second. In 1801, my sisters, my brothers, this is your image of the emblem of America. British Museum, right? They're calling it an allegorical figure. So could this be a Queen Sheba, a Queen Khalifa? Now they're calling it a myth. We're all mythology now. So because this is an emblem of America, they have to now preface it with, oh, it's an illusion. It's an allegory. It's not real. This is not their land. Because right after that, here's your new emblem of America. Look at this. So how do you go? How are you going from this? How are you coming here? Now look at your little Indian asses. Now look at the so-called Negro. Now look at the emblem of America. And what did the definition say? A native of America applied originally to the copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to descendants of Europeans born in America. So now, this is possible. You know what I mean? So, I would love to get all the original. I mean, of course, they don't know the original, you know what I'm saying? Time, this was painting, this is all the published date, so this had to be even before 1801 because this says 1798, and you know it didn't go from here to here, right? Look around. So this must have been, actually painted well before 1801. So you have, now they're calling this an allegorical figure. Standing to the left, head tilted to the right. Look at her. She's like, damn, shit's about to change. What they call Prester John, the last noble image of the Negro. Now look at this queen. She's like, things are about to change, man. What's about to change? You're about to hear it, man. You're about to hear it out of the proxies, man. And that's just talking true because he's in proxy of me or you know what I'm saying? He's standing in proxy of the so-called Negro being the actual emblem of America. You don't see any proxy. This is the copper color race. We're only talking copper color pennies. Museums are, of course, the main supports for the albino's false history. In this case, the animal skin is called a leopard skin to imply that the figure is African or somehow associated with Africa. Actually, the headdress suggests one of the Black California tribes. The Caliph is this Khalifa, Queen Khalifa. If we're just talking Black California, and if she's the emblem of California, and if she's the emblem of America, you might be looking at Khalifa, Sheba, Khalif, Black, which is just a title. And the spotted animal skin could be the ocelot, California bobcat, or California lynx. We go from here to this being the emblem of America. And this is what we have today, right? And this is how you're treated today, right? This is how they look at you. They, oh, little Indian. They didn't look at her that way. But now they're conquered. Now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. So even in 1828, so-called Negro, because I can only so-call you Negro when the definition of American is you, the copper color race. All I can do is say you're so-called Negro, because that's just an adjective. That's just implying you have some degree of melanin, but all of these tribes here did it, right? I mean, check out the Inca nobles. This is a very rare painting. These are the Dons, man. Don Fran Diego. Don. So this is the Inca ruler, his two sons, it says. Portrait of the Inca nobleman and his sons painted by native Andean painter Andres Sanchez Galique. The Inca are depicted wearing Spanish clothing, but with Inca gold adornments, and are captioned with Spanish names prefixed by Don, meaning Lord and gentleman. It is the oldest known signed and dated painting from South America. This is the oldest known signed and dated painting from South America, my people. So who are the Inca? Who are the Inca? These are the Inca nobles. I've heard different, suggestions. Some say this was, part of the Moor War. Some say they were hijacked. Some say they got hijacked. I mean, but this is the oldest known signed and dated painting of South America. And it is said to have been commissioned by a colonial official as a gift to the King of Spain. Museo Nacional de Prado, Madrid. Don't this just look like Jerome or Tommy or Nut? You know what I'm saying? Roscoe, Baby Turtle, you know what I mean? All the homies. Young Chico. Man, don't this just look like the homies on the block? This is the oldest known signed and dated painting from South America. Do they say they come from Africa? Or are they the definition of the American? Are they the definition of the American? Are they the definition of the American? Is your melanin specific to one area of the Earth body? Or does the entire Earth body have melanin? And did they find you in a region that's not too hot, not too cold, and surrounded by gold? And did you now fit their mythos, or what they're calling their allegory? an allegorical figure. Now you're a mythos. Now you're an allegory. Look at her. She's surrounded by cities of gold, copper colored race found, clearly protected by the Creator, since we know based on navigation that it's 4 times harder to come here and 4 times easier to go there dealing with the Gulf Stream. You don't even have to paddle a boat to get to Europe or Africa from South America or the Caribbean going up the Gulf Stream from Mexico. You don't have to paddle a boat, man. You just float. Coming back is a different story. So is it economical that they just found you over there and traveled a direction where it's 4 times, 3 or 4 times harder and takes 3 or 4 times longer just to get here, or did they just find you here? And is that why the definition of American is the originals? Originals don't sound like you just came from Africa. It sounds like you always been here. It sounds like you've been here since before the days of Pele when the earth was divided. That if you was in Louisiana before the earth was divided, you was in Louisiana then, and you in Louisiana now. And the Aboriginals of Australia don't say they come from Africa, they say they come from Australia. Solomon Islands say they come from there. They are original to the places that they are found in because they're part of that particular earth body. Melanated family, give your people some props and know that your people come from everywhere, not just Africa. See, when a white man tells you to go to Africa, little Tommy, racist Tommy tells you to go to Africa, what happens to America? That means it belongs to him. Now, racist Tommy is smart enough to know that when he tells your black ass to go to Africa, he's saying, get the fuck out of my country. This shit belongs to me now. I am a descendant of Europeans born in America. Descendants? Oh, yeah, we're going to get to this. La Ninche. Africa. It sounds like you've always been here. It sounds like you've been here since before the days of Pele when the earth was divided. That if you was in Louisiana before the earth was divided, you was in Louisiana then, and you in Louisiana now. And the Arab cities of gold, copper colored race found here, clearly protected by the Creator, since we know based on navigation that it's 4 times harder to come here and 4 times easier to go there dealing with the Gulf Stream.